they found a flower, they land on it, they get the honey, they get the honey on something, and then they come back to their beehive and make honey.
Hi guys, we're gonna show you something cool today.
Our host here in Florence, where we're staying.
They call agriturismo because they have to do a specific requirement to get the financing from the state. On the many things that he does, he is an apiculture.
So
right?
he has a lot of bees.
Bees. Come and see what he's doing.
Today they're working on something with the bees. Look at the environment, it's so pretty beautiful.
I'm gonna show you this part, so I'll switch to next scene. There's like that blower thing that make the bees fall asleep for a little bit.
What does he blow inside?
Like a blower thing that makes the bees fall asleep.
Yeah, but what does he blow? Is it smoke?
Yes, he blows smoke to the bees, and then when they fall asleep, he can take the honey out, and that's what he's already doing.
Sono tranquille.
Can you explain us what are you doing?
I'm just checking if there are queen cells, celle reali would be in Italian. Bees are okay, queen is making eggs, there is enough honey. It's a routine job we have to do. We are controlling if there are new queen cells.
If you find the queen cell, what do you have to do?
We have to take it away, otherwise the bees, they make another family. The family splits in two, so each family has got one queen, but during this season, so it's spring, summer, the bees week by week, they're making several new cells. Inside there are the queens. If you don't remove them, a few weeks you will lose the entire beehive because they are flying away. They are not sedentary animals, so in spring and summer they like to fly everywhere. If you don't take care of your beehive, they will leave your beehive and go anywhere else.
You spray that to put them to sleep?
Calm down them. Yeah, sometimes it's not that necessary, especially if the families are not that big. Whenever they feel the smoke, they go to eat the honey. You can put your hands on it then. Walking with bare hands is the best way. By the age of the bees, there are several jobs they are doing in the beehive. The oldest are flying looking for honey in the flowers. The youngest taking care of each other. Some are nourish the queen, and some other are making new wax, are building literally.
How long do bees live?
45 days.
Wow.
Yeah, the one are working in spring and summer. Instead, during autumn and winter, they last until the spring. They are not working, they are not going in the flowers. They have already some honey in the beehives, so they can survive in the winter.
They come inside like this. There's like little holes right here.
Exactly.
Because I was wondering how do they get back inside? How do they make the honey?
Inside the flowers, there are several thousand kinds of flowers, but some flowers are rich of honey, which is sugar syrup. So basically the bees are collecting them. Now we had cherry trees, the mustard flower, and several other flowers.
So the bees go to the flowers, they come in back in here and they put what they got from the flowers.
Exactly.
Frames are where the bees go and put the honey they got. I feel like an
So
expert.
like they found a flower, they land on it, they get the honey on something, and then they come back to their beehive and make honey.
Yeah. So in a same frame, there are also the eggs of the queen, so the newborn bees. If you imagine the frame is made like this, in the middle there is all the eggs, the newborn. The upper part, there is the honey.
How often do they get the honey from the frame?
Especially depends on the season. If the season has been good, it has not been that cold, especially if it hasn't been problems of frost, especially in spring. The temperature, the weather, if it's raining, the bees are not going
Outside.
exactly, are staying in the beehive. Hardest season is the spring season, so the early season, as the bees are waking up from the winter. We put the other kind of half beehive, put on the top of the beehive. These boxes, let's call them honey box. There are smaller frames, and there is only honey. To avoid the queen to go hatching the eggs, there we have a kind of cage put on the top of this beehive. So the queen is bigger than the other bees. The queen cannot trespass in the honey box, and the bees are putting the honey they collect. We don't have the queen eggs.
It's easier to collect.
Yeah, exactly, otherwise it would be a disaster.
Wait, can you show us the mother? Yeah, the big bee.
The big bee.
As I told you, the frame.
Yeah, the half frame.
Exactly,
Yeah,
we use to collect the honey.
That one's more yellow.
Oh yeah, that's a new wax. And now you see the brown wax, the old one. This frame has got brown wax, so it's very old.
That is so weird.
So here there is new queen, there is some honey, but I cannot see any eggs. The eggs are very small white spots down the hexagon.
Oh,
Wow, look at that.
These are fuki eggs. The queen is in the middle here.
Oh yeah, it's big.
It's got, you see,
All the being on top. It's written right there.
you see,
it's on top on all the bees.
you see, there is a yellow spot on here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's on top of all the bees.
So those eggs on the edge on my left are the fuki, so the male bees. So they are not doing anything.
Oh my God, I see babies. I just saw 2 babies inside one of these eggs.
Maybe they are exiting. It's marked to find easily when you have 100,000 bees on 10 frames. You spot it very quickly.
It should be bigger than mother, you know?
Yeah, the mother. Yeah, the queen. The mother
She
is
has a
bigger.
big crown, the yellow thing.
Well, this family needs to be fed, so I had to put some sugar syrup.
So this one is the part where they put the syrup inside, so the bee they don't have to go out and get too much effort, so you can preserve the colony. Luca is really excited, very excited.
I want to see which one has the more bees.
I don't think you're gonna count them. Which one is the biggest of all of these?
Oh, those two.
I need to tell them in class when they come back.
I know, you did something cool without them.
This pot is another way we put the sugar inside and the bees can eat.
So how do you put it in there?
Okay, those are black ants. They won't bite you.
I'm accustomed to
I
be
know.
bitten.
I know which ones are the biting ones. The red ones are the biting ones because they're on fire. Black ones are not. They don't bite you. They only climb on you.
Entomology.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
this family is
That is
fine.
crazy.
Oh,
I don't think
Oh.
that.
yeah, wait.
They're not very peaceful.
Oh my God!
Most important thing is that
No, guys, you need to decide. No, they're gonna come.
He said now you have to be calm.
This family is quite big. I don't like them. Need to be upset.
My God, look at how.
Why are they upset?
I don't know.
Maybe they got mad because of something.
Maybe they heard you yell. Like, who's this kid?
Every movement you are doing, you have to be very quiet, very conscious about what you're doing. All right.
Okay, that one has.
Oh, that's a nice frame. Oh, yeah.
Completely full.
I think babies.
I don't know why they are so upset.
Maybe they're mad.
Apparently there's some bees that come from other beehives who just kind of joined the party and are living there too, and so it got a little too full.
Yeah, sometimes it seems to play chess.
Oh, there's the new one. So there's wax on that one, right?
Yeah.
So how often do you make the honey?
We make spring honey, which is 1,000 flower honey. If the season is good, we can make also acacia. Here in Florence we have tiglio. Florence is full of these trees. It's one of the best trees you can make the honey, since there is a lot of honey inside and the smell is very good. Tiglio, we make it June, July, depends. And then the season of the honey stops. So we don't go beyond July, since it's too much hot. There are not much flowers. Well, there are a lot of things to sell from the bees. There is the wax, there is the propolis, there is the bees themselves. Many beekeepers sell the families. And one family can cost 100, 120, 130 euro. If you are a farmer and you want to live on your own farming, bees are a good
Way of sustaining.
Yeah, exactly.
The blower upper thing that blows up the wheels.
Okay guys, so they have this.
They have potato,
Saffron.
they have saffron, they
What is
have
this?
look,
Olives.
olives.
Oh, these are olives?
They're really good.
I like the olive.
Other than all this farming part, they also restored several apartments in their house that they rent out. So you can come here, stay in a beautiful location, which is so close to the center of town, enjoy the peace and quiet of the countryside, but you're basically in the center and you're very close to the highway. They have an apartment downstairs, 2 apartments upstairs, then there is an apartment there, and then they're restoring still another few. And look at the view. This has all been restored. do you think people should do, Luca?
They should make honey.
And
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Boober subscribe channel. Bye bye.
in case you come to Florence and you want to go in a different place which is not in the center of town and you want some peace and quiet after a whole day walking around town, you should come
You
here.
should think about it. Come here.
We will put all the information in the
Description below.
Back so many times ago in April, so far away, Mom, Dad, and Luca came and they saw our friend Enrico. Where were we? We were somewhere. He was basically feeding the bees and like moving them around and stuff. Now we've come back in July and we can see him getting the honey. I know, we're so lucky. We can't go that close because or else then the bees will probably sting us. But he just gave us some delicious honey to try. It was very good. Wow. So what are you doing, Enrico?
So we are having a look inside the beehives. The honey seems to be ready. Some beehives has got a lot of honey, some other almost empty. The season has been very moody. It's been raining a lot during the spring and now in summer.
So how do you know if the bees are healthy?
When you get out a frame, you see there are lots of bees. And you see the queen, you see the very, very, very small eggs inside the hexagonal patterns. Everything is okay.
And how do you get the honey out?
We have a look inside of each box. This is the nest, the beehive, the bigger beehive, and these are the honey box. We put this frame on this beehive to let the bees escape from the honey box and go in the nest. Basically it's like
A funnel.
yeah. Then we wait 2-3 days, depends. And then this honey box, there are no bees, so we can get them easily and we load in the van.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Chiara's got a lab. We have all the tools to get the honey from the honey box. This is a frame which are using in the nest, bigger. It's fully covered with honey. The frames we are using in the honey box instead are more or less the half. Those are the one we put in the spin. We have a kind of a salad spinner, but big like this. So it's a big cylinder, and inside there is place for 10 little half. There is an electric engine. We start it. Due to the spin, the honey goes in the walls of these cylinders, and then we get the honey from the bottom. Most important thing, we have to check that the humidity is correct for doing all this
process.
Exactly, because the humidity must be below 18%, because otherwise when we put the honey in the jar it may ferment. We have a kind of binocular, so we put a drop of honey taken from the honey box and we see the humidity percentage. Depending on how much humidity we have in the honey, the light is deviated. We get the humidity percentage.
What do you need the
smoker?
Yeah,
thing
why do you
for?
need it for?
Oh yeah, the bees are very, very frightened by the smoke. So when we are smoking them, they feel scared and they are going to in the bottom of the nest, of the big beehive. So and they won't attack you much. If they smell, they see smoke, they started to eat honey. In their mind, something is burning, so there's going to be fire. They get the honey to escape. If you have some bees on the frames, using it to get the frames out, but sometimes we have the bees on it. So if you're using the smoke,
The bees get off.
exactly, they are going in the bottom of the nest.
But what if you find the eggs in where the honey is?
Oh no, we have a way to prevent it. This is the escludi regina. In English,
Excludes the queen.
yeah, so this cage we put in the middle of the honey box and the nest. The common bees can go through, but the queen doesn't.
Because she's too big.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so she can't go up there, then they don't put their eggs
So
there.
exactly, she's not making the eggs in the honey box. And so in the honey box there is just honey.
Yeah. Is there honey also in the bottom?
There is only honey and wax, of course. In the nest, since the frames are bigger, in the top of the frames there is a kind of crown of honey. More or less, the maximum amount of honey in a honey box is 10 kilograms. In the nest, there could be the same amount if the bees are on 10 frames.
So wait, only the queen lays eggs?
Exactly, only the queen.
So they're all one big family.
It's the queen without king.
When the queen dies, then what happens?
That's problems. Maximum life of a queen could be 5 years. Compared to the bees, which are living for 45 days maximum. When the queen dies, they can make a new queen.
How?
They feed the eggs and the larvae, so the very small bugs. Feeding the baby bees with this kind of
royal jelly.
Royal jelly, yeah.
That's it. They can feed several larvae with this jelly, and they are making a very big cell. So they are making a very big, let's say, bag, where small bee, which will be queen, will grow inside, fed by this royal jelly, which is a compound of pollen, honey, propolis. After 40 days, the cell will be very big, and well, the queen will pop out.
But
So
there's only one? Like,
Yeah, there's only one.
you feed a bunch of royal jelly, but
Because
only
they're all
one.
close to each other, and they combine basically the eggs.
Oh.
Because one egg is not going to be big enough.
So the common bees, they can make several cells, which are filled with royal jelly. Queen has popped out, is virgin. She needs to mate, say, with a male bee with the name in Italian is Fuco. So she has to date with the male. After the date, she starts making eggs.
If the queen dies and there are normal eggs, all the bees die then. Because she can only make
Exactly.
eggs.
So it's a disaster. So it's collapse. Destiny of a bee team depends on the queen. So if the queen dies.
But if the queen is dead and there are no more eggs, then there's no more queens,
Yeah,
and they all leave.
That's our job. So we have a look in each frame. We are looking for eggs, because if there is no queen, the bees are crying. So the buzz of the bees is lower than the usual.
It's a funeral.
And so we get from the other beehives, we get one frame with eggs, and we put it inside. All the other bees will start the process to make a new queen.
So the queens, they don't go out of the hive.
No.
This is some honey.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is the frame that we have in the honey box.
So basically, they go to the flowers to make the honey, and then they come back and they just eat it.
They eat what they
Like, they
Yeah, if they're
They were
hungry.
eating bee spit.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's like their money, their gold. So if they need, they eat it. Otherwise, they store it in a bank. So
Which is the one we take.
But the queen only eats royal jelly, or does she eat honey?
she's also on a special diet. The queen is fed by the very, very young bees. I was told that the very, very young bees, they have got on their head a gland that comes out the food for the queen. They will feed the queen. Because sometimes the queen, there are several ways the queen they can die. One reason why the queen are dying, the bees are too much old.
But how do you know they're old?
Oh, you see the stripes, orange and brown. So the darker is, the older is the bee. Sometimes there are the bees that are very, very old, and their back is totally black. Yeah, and then you can see very young bees by the eyes, because older bees the eyes are big, very big. If the younger bees instead, the eyes are very, very small.
Thank you, Enrico, for showing us how bees are. So tell us down in the comments what you thought about bees, because now we know a lot more about bees, and it's very, very cool.
Yeah, and guys, and like this video if you want me to drink the royal honey, so I can become royal Cosimo.
Don't do that.
I can be the king of the family and the king of the world. I will be royal blood. So guys, yeah, like this video if you want me to do that. I will grow big and I'll have a bunch of babies.
And on that note, we're saying goodbye. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do not like for that.
Lady Cosimo, my name will be.
Nope.